Hey guys, welcome back to another video here. Today we are back at it again with another video, accompanied as always by my good friend Bragg. Say hello to the gang.
Yo, 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 what is good, guys?
Today we are bringing AAA to you proudly. And we start off with some hot action. Candice LeRae taking on Io Shirai. Shirai freshly off of challenging for the women's title up against Becca Knox and your current Reign of the Reigners champion, Michelle McCool. Io Shirai here trying to sort of get back into the mix as Candice LeRae is trying to get into the mix. And it's going to be a nice, good back and forth action. But as Io Shirai is going for the over the moon salt, LeRae will get the knees up, catching her with those knees. Hits a codebreaker like move of her own. Hits that springboard moonsault and covers Io Shirai for the victory here tonight. And oh my goodness, what a wonderful match. We love this. We love to see this.
Indeed, that's some peak right there. That's peak wrestling right there. It's funny. That totally will never happen on a show called NXT.
What even is that, bro? But I digress.
All we know about is AAA.
No, literally, this is where you get your bangers, guys. Only putting bangers. We should have been called OPB, but no, AAA. We move on. We have the debut of Mr. Brody Lee as he takes on Psycho Clown. You see, Psycho Clown's been with the Psycho Circus and has been making sort of a name for himself here, helping him out here and then. But tonight, he has been handpicked by Mr. Brody Lee himself. He was walking around backstage. He was looking for an opponent. He knew he had a debut. He walks into the boss's office. He said, "That guy with the clown mask." Yeah. Just thinking about which ones you're referring to. You know, there's a bunch of people with the clown mask. You know, you have the entire Psycho Circus, for fuck's sake. But he decided Psycho Clown. Who knows why? And so Psycho Clown agreed to the challenge. And Mr. Brody Lee patted him on the head. He's like, "Yeah, you worry about that, pal." And he's like, "I'm not your pal." And then he's like, "All right then. Take out that anger you have, that attitude you're giving me out of the ring." So we're in here now. And so it's going to be a quick paced match. Psycho Clown's going to start building his little momentum. He senses the comebacks coming in. People are getting behind him. You know, he's charging at Brody Lee. He takes him down with the clothesline. He runs. He tries to go over one, but then gets caught in a spinning side slam by Brody Lee. And, you know, that just knocks the wind out of Psycho Clown. But Brody Lee is not done. He grabs him by the arm and like hoists him up to stand. You know, he's stunned. He's about to fall. Before he even collapses, Brody Lee connects with that discus lariat and picks up a huge, huge, huge victory. Look at that gimmick, 61%, which is good. We are doing great here, guys. Brax, with the debut of Mr. Brody Lee here in AAA, what are we to witness? What are we to expect?
Man, we are expecting destruction.
Yeah, we are.
We are expecting a lot of destruction. And I will say this. Do not hand this man a stack of papers. That's what I'm going to say.
Oh my goodness. All I'm going to say, the House of Black is even stronger now with this one. We move on.
Also, look at his gimmick.
Yeah. And also, you know, we're prepared for this next match. You know, Judas Messiah seems to be in action tonight. But, you know, he's waiting for his opponent. Pagano comes out. He's not his scheduled opponent. What the hell? And then Pagano doesn't have a microphone or anything. Ricardo Rodriguez, Chimera has a microphone. He's talking him up, and Pagano interrupts. He comes out with a barbed wire bat and starts beating up Judas Messias. And he's left standing tall. He has to retreat. And now Pagano has the end on this. And so after this, he grabs a microphone. You and me in the dumb of death. And the crowd goes wild. Everyone's like, holy shit. These two men, if you thought they were going to kill each other before, if you thought they had already killed each other before, this confirms the kill. And so now we know what these two men are going to settle in once and for all. Pagano and Judas Messias are set to be killing each other in this zone. We move on. Tag team action as the challenger and the champion, Becanox and Michelle McCool, are taking on the team of Athena and Kana. Athena and Kana have also had a few back and forths here and there, but there's been some respect between these two competitors. And they're like, yeah, we don't mind teaming up. We respect each other enough. And then Athena said that, saying, yeah, unlike Michelle McCool and Becanox. And they heard that. I'm like, okay, how about you guys take us on? They're like, okay, we can do that. And so in this match, towards the end, closing moments, Becanox has been taking it to Athena and Kana. So is Michelle. She texted Michelle McCool, and Michelle McCool's getting there. She's getting her offense in against Athena, against Kana. And then Kana starts with the strikes, these heavy strikes, knocking her out with a nice soul kick. And then she goes in for a nice little palm shot to the jaw. Sort of rocking her really good. And then she's crawling to tag in Becanox. She jumps up, makes the tag, but no, Becanox steps down. She's like, you want to be the fighting champion? You can have it now. And now she's sort of like surprised as to what's going on. But Kana doesn't waste any time. She tags Athena, and Athena tags her back in. But what's going on? Athena connects with the Yo face off the top, and then Kana captures her from the effect of the Yo face and locks in the Kana lock. Michelle McCool is in the middle of the ring. What is going to happen? She seems to be fading. And she's standing strong. The ref breaks his hand. 1, 2. She stays strong. But Kana is able to fully lock it in. She wraps the legs, cinches it even tighter, and leaves Michelle McCool no choice but to tap out here tonight. And this is the first time anyone, to my recollection, has pinned the champion. And it comes to show.
Better yet. Not even pin the champion, but make the champion tap.
Exactly. Not even beat the champion, but make the champion want to stop fighting.
That only means one thing, Andy. That means the champion can be stopped.
Not only that, that means she's been exposed. She has been exposed not just to Becanox, but to anyone that will try to come after her. And
the question is, who is going to be the one to beat her? Will it be Becanox?
Or who knows? Who knows? But Kana and Athena have started this. And we will only see how it goes from there. This nice little fatal 4-way going on tonight.
Good God, that is peak.
Thank you. It's going to be a great match. These 4 men, there's everything. Cybernetico takes out Samurai Doso pretty earlier on, with a nice chokeslam onto the apron. And, there's a special check-in on Samurai after, Cybernetico in there hurting Sheamus that put him on the shelf for a good year. Who's still in rehab. We wish he was speedy recovery. And then Johnny Gargano takes advantage of the fall. And then Cybernetico's on the outside. So Gargano goes Suicide Tornado DDT, spiking Cybernetico. Then he goes back into the ring, gets caught with the famous by Ziggler. And then gets caught with a zigzag. And then Ziggler pins on 1, 2, 3, and Dolph Ziggler picks up the victory here tonight. And it's nice, impressive fatal 4-way. What are we to expect from this? But before anything else happens, the screen is focused on MVP. And then after this, General Manager comes out. Gentlemen, Mr. Sigler, Mr. Gargano, Mr. Samurai, Mr. Cybernetico. I hope you guys have gotten the chance to know each other in this ring. Because at the benefit show, you have one more person to get to know. And his name, Montel Montanius Porter. Now, MVP will defend this title against these four men here. MVP just got a beautiful experience at witnessing what these men can do. But now he's got to figure a way to retain this title. Brax, the stakes are higher now for MVP. What are we to expect?
You know, if MVP can win this, this just proves in the record books that he's the greatest Latin American champion of all time.
That's not ridiculous to say at all, if you ask me. He's putting out opponents before. He's taken out Ziggler. He has beat Ziggler before. And so, who knows? I think MVP might be looking at this as like I beat the person that once tonight. And I'll beat them. But who knows? He's got more than just Ziggler to worry about in this. We'll come to find out. We move on, however. El Hijo del Fantasma is taking on Mystico. This match is going to be a nice piece. A bunch of high-flying moves going to happen. A bunch of Hurricane Ranas, arm drags, you name them, cross bodies. In the end, Mystico is going to be running the ropes, trying to hit that tilt-a-whirl armbar. But in the process of the tilt-a-whirl, El Hijo del Fantasma catches him in a fireman carry position, hits the Phantom Driver, and connects 1, 2, 3 for the pinfall. Penny Mystico here tonight. What a victory for the Emperor of Lucha Libre. With this victory here, he's able to not only just get his name back in the mix, but sort of gain some of that momentum he has lost recently. Especially with a guy like Mystico, who's super over, by the way. We move on. We have Angulak taking on the Lucha Bros. And you know,
everyone, get out your seats. The main guys here.
Drew Gulak. At first, Kurt Angle comes out alone, and then all of a sudden, his theme song gets a little remix. You hear a little screechy noise, and the song restarts. But this time, this restarted version, this remix version, has some added snare drums to it. You know, just a little battle march song. And it's Drew Gulak donning the red, white, and blue robe. And like, look at me, we're on Gulak. And then he comes out and he turns around, turns his back on the people, revealing Ann Gulak on his robe. And the crowd goes wild. And better yet, he takes the robe, he opens the robe up, revealing another robe, and he hands it to Kurt Angle himself. And Angle puts it on. You know, people are loving this. They come into the ring, they're like, hey, let's make some light work out of these guys. So the match begins. And then the Lucha Bros are they're still mixed about their styles. You know, Pentagon's more aggressive, get to the point, beat his ass. Whereas Phoenix is like, no. We're gonna beat him up, but like, there's different ways to do it, you know? It's not whatever it takes, it's whatever I can do within the border of the rules. And so, that's gonna be their costing. Ray Phoenix has the opportunity to use these brass knucks kind of slid in. But he's like, no, man, we're not doing that. You kicks them. And then that was the distraction they needed because Gulak with a German suplex. And he's like, wait, no, I can't be doing those. He switches around. He does a belly to back suplex instead. But he holds on, and he goes for a little trifecta stuff. And then he holds on for the end. And then finally, the gulag is in. And then Pentagon slides into the ring. And he seems just about to break it up. But Angle comes in. Angle slam to Penta. And Phoenix taps. Beating and Gulag to be the winners tonight. What a victory for these two men. And it seems that they're finally getting in tune with themselves.
And we just see moms hand babies to a gulag. Just be like, sign my baby.
He's like, I can't do that, man. But instead,
you are a hero to us. Sign my baby.
And he's like, the most I can do. And he signs the loop blanket they're on.
What a hero.
What a hero indeed. And we move on, guys.
I don't get this. Oh, baby.
And here we are.
Cowboy hat on. Fur jacket on. Cowboy boots on.
Yo, what shirt you wearing, big dog?
A little bit of fur on them. My Los Guapos shirt is on.
Oh, hell
Let's do this.
Those Guapos are here, claiming their stake to the titles. And they tell the All Night Express, we beat the guys you guys needed our help to beat with ease. So, at this pay-per-view, I want you guys to know, it's going to be the last time you guys hold those titles. I want you guys to hold them dear. I want you guys to polish them up for us. Keep them warm. Because we are going to walk out champions. And I want you guys to realize this is nothing but just your own reflection. What Alice Stone does, he's trying to swing one of his mirrors at Kenny King, but Kenny King punches the mirror, breaking the mirror. And he freaks out. And he looks at Rat. He's like, this is bad luck. This is bad luck. This is bad luck. I don't want to sign a contract. I can't sign a contract. And he's panicking for a good 2 minutes. And then the challengers, they signed a contract. And Red Titus like, got us into this mess, dude. And then he's like, we have to sign it now. And then Kenny King scaredly signs the contract with shaky hands. Like, you see the paper, the amount of times his signature just wasn't negligible. Is that legible? There you go. My bad. But this time, well, they're worried about their little superstition. They take advantage and connect with a double super kick to Red Titus. And hit their broken mirror onto Kenny King, standing tall with the titles in hand. And they look at each other. They're like, this looks kind of nice. And they cheers. They cling the titles together. They drop them onto the All Night Express. Are we gonna have new champions at this pay-per-view?
Yes, we are.
We move on, guys. And here we go to our main event. Christian Cage is taking on KG Muta. What a match it seems to be. Christian Cage has been working his way through the House of Black. Feet bending in the road. And then this week, he had an issue with the way KG Muta handled last week. Hitting with the miss, he's like, you're an idol to many, but the way you went about that last week, you do so much better. So I challenge you in this main event. One-on-one. Mano-a-mano. Man-to-man. And he's like, all right, you got the challenge. And then Malachi's like, wait. I call this around here, not you. Christian Cage, I grant you your match. There's a catch, though. Mr. Brody Lee will be there. He will be watching. Because last time Brody Lee was involved, a beautiful change happened. So I need him there to keep Muto in his place. Because I don't trust him as much. But dang it, is he a good asset? So they sent him out. And now we're here in the main event. And then Muto's wrestling, he's focusing more on strikes than he is on holds. And Bodie Lee's like, you have a freaking submission, use it. It's like, I'm not going to use it. And he threatens to get into the ring. But the ref was like, come on, man. You can't be there. You can't be there. And then so throughout the match, you get a little bit of inverted DDTs, some falling DDTs, by Christian Cage. We're going to get a few near falls. Keiji Muto was able to connect with the Shining Wizard, but only to get a 2.5 count. And then towards the end, he's charging for one more. But he gets speared mid-run by Christian Cage. He covers him 1, 2, and he kicks out once again. But he's still on the ground. He's not reacting. Christian Cage goes up. And he's patting his chest, and he points up above. He's like, "This one's for you." And then, right as soon as he's about to leap off, the lights go out. And then they come back on. But this time, Christian exposed turnbuckle. Rush like, I'm gonna go fix that. So as he's fixing that, he tries to leap off, but he gets pulled down by Brody Lee himself. And then Keiji Muto hits the mist on a Christian, drops him down, pins him, covering his face, and the ref realizes, oh shoot, 1, 2, 3, and Keiji Muto picks up that victory. I believe this version of Keiji Muto was a little bit more dangerous. 1, he's not afraid to fight dirty. And if he had fought dirty, he would still be the champion. That's all I'm going to say. Brax, what do you think?
I think he's mind controlled.
Potentially.
Malachi must have planted something in Muto's head. Because there's no way. The great Keiji Muto would do this.
I wholeheartedly agree with you. But, as Christian Cage is lying down, mist covered.
While you lay there.
Malachi's on the Titantron. Funny enough, it starts like that. Mr. Cage, while you lay there in your own sorrow, in your own failure,
I'll be leaving in about a couple months.
Shut the fuck up, dude. He's like, I want you to take a moment to realize you have no one. You're alone. You have no friends. However, I do pity you. Because I want to like you, and I kind of want to. At the same time, but you make it hard. Just because you are in my path. Now, Mr. Cage, next week, on behalf of the House of Black, I challenge you to a 5-on-5 match. My voice, my house. It's you and whoever's dumb enough to sign up and take us on. But I want you to know this. You, my friend, you're a lost cause in this one. You see what I have here in my shoulder? That is grit. That is determination to be the best. For someone like you, with your kindness, with your letting people walk over you, and whilst you walk through eggshells for them, that attitude never succeeds here. So I'm going to do you a favor. I'm going to offer you a little help. You see, once I'm done with you at this paper, once I dismantle you, Mr. Page, I will give you my hand. Now, if you take my hand, Joy, you change for the better of yourself. But if you so decide to act wise and want to neglect my offer, I will make sure that you, my friend, never, never win a title here. Not as long as I will this promotion. And it fades to black. And Christian Cage just on the ground still after that fall. Makes you wonder. Does Christian Cage have 4 guys to go against the House of Black? This challenge right here gives them a moment. Last time Malachi was involved in a 5 versus 5 match, not even just a multi-man match. You don't know what Malachi did? He pinned Cage. He moves up. He pinned the Mega Champion. Now, the Christian Cage decides to wise up against Morris. He can potentially pin Malachi Black, breaking the facade he puts on to be this Dark Father. But guys, that was AAA. We shall be moving on to what TNA has to offer. As they're also, we love this. We love
Let's
this.
go.
Oh, look at this. This is beautiful. My American title's doing well. We love it. We love it. But guys, we will catch you in TNA in just about a few seconds. We'll see you there. We are here in Rockland, Maine, because Impact Wrestling is here tonight. Now, Brax, walk us through this lovely card.
All right, guys, and you already know we got a pre-show match. Because we had the special email come in from Angelina Love saying, I would like to win my next singles match. We're going to win it here tonight. Angelina Love will pick up the win over Maria Kanellis.
Damn.
It's just nice.
Just like that.
Just get it done. Bam. Big win for her. As we move on to the actual main show now.
Wow, the men get the spotlight. Okay.
Welcome, guys, to Impact Wrestling. I am Jeremy Borash, and I am here with the #1 contender, Bobby Roode. Mr. Roode, as you know, at Turning Point, you will clash with the head honcho himself, Samoa Joe, for the TNA title. Any thoughts on what you might have to do to achieve victory and become the new TNA World Champion? Well, Jeremy, I must say, Joe is a very formal man. I must admit, as he and me kind of have the same mindset when it comes to running things around here in TNA.
Mm-hmm.
But I possess the skill and integrity to win, as he has much to lose. While I have nothing to lose, but so much to gain.
Mm-hmm.
But next week, I'll get to work alongside Mr. Joe and his board to deal with his pest problem they have had on their hands. But note, nonetheless, I will be keeping an eye on what really the gold mine is. And that's the TNA World Title. Thank you for your time, Rude. Now back to Impact Action.
Ooh. Oh, no, Mark Andrews.
Ryu Syndicate debuts. And again, Angelico and Andrews, 2 good high-flying guys. As good man, lead them to the ring. They will waste no time in beating the crap out of these 2, okay? They're just wolves, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And And how it's going to end as, and Angelico gets laid out on the outside, pretty much. Mark Andrews tries, but Yoshi Tatsu catches him with Mayu no Shoki, which is like his little roundhouse kick.
Okay.
Oh, he had a custom name. As then he tags his partner, picking up a dazed Mark Andrews as Kushida does his symbol for his dragon. As he hits the coils from the sky, which is a springboard standing moonsault onto Mark Andrews. As also Yoshi Tatsu assists in like sweeping the legs, make kind of a double team kind of.
Ooh.
And Kushida will get the 1, 2, 3.
Look at how they massacred my boy.
At least she didn't get pissed. Look who got pissed.
Yeah.
And after the match, they would land assault their opponents. Start beating them up because that's what their sensei told them to do.
Cool.
Sacrifice them. Black Dragon would run out.
Ooh.
And the Syndicate would retreat laughing off the damage that they caused. So yeah. Red Dragon, they really think they can go again? Just gotta see. We have one-on-one action tonight as our champion, our X-Division champion, Pope D'Angelo De Niro takes on Idol Stevens.
Mm-hmm.
And a great match. Idol's gonna give it his best. He's gonna try, but he's our X-Division champion for a reason. He hits the Pope Express, and he gets the win here tonight. Nice victory for our X-Division champion here tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And after he both wins, he grabs a mic, because last week we heard after Adam Cole's match, he laid the challenge. So the Pope would speak and say, Adam Cole, a man who's young and hungry, like myself, a man who carved his path and made his own legacy by becoming the first ever X-Division champion, a man who fought all challengers, but also is the same man whose reign I crushed. Adam, you saw the pain and suffering I have felt for months. I was so close to achieving big goals of mine. But at last, I would be oh so close. But it would just be gone.
Mm-hmm.
Like gone in the wind. Because someone would take it from me. So what do? I learn from the mistakes and take something from someone else. Sadly, it had to be you, Adam. But I am a fighting champion, all right. So I accept your rematch at Turning Point and may the best man walk out victorious. I would say, as the match is now set for Turning Point, the Pope, D'Angelo De Niro, Cole, X-Division title rematch.
Ooh.
That's going to be a match you don't want to miss.
I agree. I'm excited.
We'll move right along. As we have tag team action here tonight. As Maurice, in particular with Victoria, Victoria is back. We got some help, someone that has history with Mickey, in the first show. And Mickey, I got to rely on her good friend Evie.
Oh, yeah.
In this match, it'll be a great airport encounter. But as Maurice at one point tries to cheat, grabbing hairspray, but Evie would end up kicking it out of her hand. All right. And pretty much, stopping her from that, as Mickey was the legal person, but Maurice was on the apron. Victoria would then try to attack Mickey from behind. Misses. Evie would fall, but Maurice would back herself in. And Maurice, and Mickey are going at it a little bit, getting some hype for their match at pay-per-view. Maurice tries to take advantage, but Mickey gets out of it, pushing her to the corner. Evie gets up. Mickey does tag in Maurice. So Maurice is trying to get back on the corner. Victoria tries to get back on right. Evie walks up, hits a big boot, her off. And Evie would end up hitting the TTYL onto Maurice and getting a 1-2-3.
Oh my god.
Evie hits the number one contender.
Oh.
And she makes a claim to Maurice, so I have pinned you. I have beaten you. I think it's only right that next week you and me fight for the contendership opportunity. Mickey's like, I think that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
And Dixie Carter, gets on Titantron and says, you know what? I like that idea. So Maurice, you must defend your contendership opportunity against the one that pinned you. The best one made the best knockout win. Maurice is a little upset by this, obviously.
Honestly, I would be too.
Couldn't pay be changed now. But we move right on along. And we have that dastardly man, Mr. Kennedy. Because of reigns of booze. As he's just soaking it in.
Mm-hmm.
Bret Hart Smith, the legendary son of the British Bulldog.
Mm-hmm.
In this match, D.A. Smith will get some big moves in, a couple power slams, pay homage to his daddy. Yeah. But Mr. Kennedy's just a sinister dude. As one point he takes the turnbuckle pad off, and at one point during the match, he would actually go out and grab a chair. The ref, as D.A. Smith, he would whack him with the ref, stops him as he throws the chair out. He would then, as David Hart Smith tries to fight back, and Mr. Kennedy backs up to a corner, D.A. Smith would dive into the corner, but Kennedy would get out the way. D.A. Smith would go head first into that exposed turnbuckle. Kennedy would catch him, mic check. 1, 2, 3.
Yo, look at this.
Mr. Kennedy picked up his huge win here tonight. That's for the man. And after the match, he taunts D.A. Smith to just start beating him up after the match. But guess what?
What?
As the next segment will be shown, Steve Corino makes his way out here and starts a brawl with Mr. Kennedy. They start swinging. They start fighting. But security would have to ultimately go out and separate these two as they will want to beat the living hell out of each other. As we know at Turning Point, these two men will be meeting each other once again. But they have to wait till Turning Point to get their hands on each other.
That is true.
Move right on along. We have a global title contendership match, as last week Cody told Styles after laying him out that he had an opportunity at the global title contendership match. Well, he's got to take on a man who's recently fought for some gold, a man who's trying to get his way back, Okada. These two are going to put on a good 10-minute banger. Okada tries to look for the Rainmaker at the end of this match, but Cody would duck it, pulling him back, grabbing him, hitting a crossroads. But he doesn't feel satisfied. So he picks him up again, hits another one, and gets the 1, 2, 3. Cody Rhodes qualifies for the global title match.
Uh-huh.
They put on a banger. And after the match, we see Cody lining up to land Okada once again. Okay. But Styles runs out and makes the save, making him retreat. But now Wade knows that it's Cody Rhodes and Styles who fought for the title. But he still has to wait for who that final person will be next week.
We will see.
Indeed, as we move right on along, it's the main event match, the 2v3 match, as Sting and Mason Ryan has their back against the wall. They take on the Samoan franchise. And ultimately, you would think, oh my God, it's going to be an easy match for them. But hey, it's an extra guy. If it was just the Soldiers or maybe two of them, maybe that's three guys they have to try to handle.
Yeah.
By them two selves. Okay. And, they're going to give it their all. They're going to put in all they can. Sting, Mason Ryan are going to give it their best. They're going to be laying out some big moments. Mason Ryan will hit a double suplex on the Samoan Soldiers.
Nice.
And just showcasing his brute force thing. Will lock in a Scorpion Deathlock on one of them. As, Mason Ryan wants to have some fun. He's going to lock one in too as well.
Yo, that's big.
But not as good as Sting's. But, Manu comes in to save him up. But it's just too much to handle as Manu's got Sting in the ring. Sting is looking for Scorpion. Soldiers come around, sweep Ryan off. Double super kick to the outside, laying out Ryan. But Sting, I don't know how this old geezer does it, but he some suicide dives on them, both of them.
Oh my God.
He freaking dives on them. He does it. Taunt.
Yep, I know what you're talking about.
That gives Manu enough time to recover. As when Sting rolls back in, hits a Samoan spike. Picking up Sting, dropping him with a Samoan drop. And Manu will actually pin Sting for the 3 count. The Samoan franchise will win this encounter here tonight.
Damn. Just
damn. And everyone's shocked, but after the match, they're not done.
oh
They're not done. They are. Joe wants them to leave a message to them as they are beating up Mason Ryan and Sting. There's nobody coming out. But wait a minute. Some familiar theme song plays. You can go to the next segment if you like. Kevin Steen is back, baby. He's back. He's even the odds as he's whooping, as he's throwing on haymakers onto one Fatu's. Throws in another one. This is Manu. It's a clothesline. Making them all retreat, standing tall, helping Sting and Ryan. And he would say to them, Joe, you son of a bitch. You screwed me and I'll deal for that title. So I'm screwing your boys up. At Turning Point, me, Sting, Mason Ryan versus you three bitches.
Ooh, he said the word.
A 3-on-3 tag match. But next week, I want to whoop one of you Fatu brothers' asses. I don't give a damn who it is. I'll say one of y'all next week. And just remember, you don't fuck with Sting. He throws the mic down and the match has been made for the pay-per-view. Oh my God, at Turning Point, Sting and Mason Ryan has some help as they will meet those 3 men that beat them tonight for an extra hand as Sting will be in their corner, making it a 3v3 even in the playing field.
Oh,
and that is how we end Impact Wrestling here tonight.
My goodness. That's the whole thing you got going on. Not bad. Oh, look.
Damn. Glad that you're content now. Please stay that way.
Let's see. Okay, I'm slowly going up, Jack.
Hey. Well, why am I still losing fans, guys? Come on.
Bro. You see what your book is sometimes, bro? You didn't even give him a spotlight.
Bro, man, who cares about the match, bro? Look at all the green positives we have here.
No, facts stuff. We love those.
Also, shout out Steen. You can cut a promo.
Yeah. But look how much NJPW dropped, bro. Again, that's not
Hell
that
yeah,
too
New
much,
Japan.
still.
Who's some fans, you cowards?
Oh, thanks. I had a 4-star show. You had 3.5, 3.5, 3.75, 4.5. Yo,
What's going
ECW.
on ECW?
ECW's cooking.
But it's still on that show.
You know what? Let's just see. But look at this. Juice Robinson's now part of the Impact roster. And Angelina Love's
Let's
request
go.
has been fulfilled. Let's take a look at what goes on in ECW. Because, boy, am I interested. What?
That's an ECW card if I've ever seen it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
Holy shit.
That's when you watch ECW, that's what I want to watch. Hiroshi Tanahashi, Randy Orton, Edge, Hulk Hogan, Chris Jericho, and RVD.
I agree. But, guys, thank you guys for tuning in to this beautiful episode. We are about to hit our final stop before our pay-per-views, which are Turning Point and our benefit show. But guys, we have the Grand Invitational coming up next month. That'll be its own episode, which will take place right after our pay-per-views. But it will be recorded separately just for the benefit of the viewers. But thank you guys. We will see you guys same time, same channel, same day next week, guys. See y'all. Ciao, ciao.